Hello everyone, good evening and good morning, Jai Shri Mataji. Thank you so much for waiting. So I was, as usual, I was waiting for everyone to join. I know we all had, in United States, we all had a big, long weekend. So I'm sure still some of us still traveling, and still there are some of us in just finishing their holiday, and welcome back whoever is here with us. And I'm really excited today, actually, to introduce you to one of the Sahaja Yogi brother who is joining from Florida, Abhishek Parnerkar. And he's a Sahaja since 29 years. He started Sahaja in 1993, and he's a physiotherapist, but also in Sahaj aspect, he has a beautiful voice, and he sings bhajans, especially from the Kabir, and of course other bhajans, and so also he plays tabla. He's a tabla player, and today he will lead the meditation with the music, and also after the music, as we do, we will listen his beautiful Sahaj experience and some of the achievements that maybe we may find some answers through his explanation or through his achievements. So it's always, as we all know, it really helps us, and it really brings us to collective level in the same state, and we all learn with a different way of the understanding, but also in the same way, at the same time, we always go in the same path to understanding this the universal of the knowledge, which is Sahasha Yoga. So I would like to welcome Abhishek. Abhishek, hello Abhishek, Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji, Abhishek. I know it's quite late. It's right now 12:30. No,
12:23, I
12:25.
believe. It's not bad. No, no, not at all. It's okay.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Abhishek, that you accepted our invitation. We always appreciate for every each Sahaj Yogi, whoever joins to our program, they never mind the time, and you are the one of them. So it's middle of the night, you are with us. So we really appreciate it for coming to joining to this program. Thank you so
No,
much.
it is actually my honor to be here, especially after you showed me, kind of walked me through how it is going to flow. And I think it really got me, yeah, in a little bit of an awe that it will be such a nice experience with all of us together. And it is my privilege to be able to be an instrument here to offer the music, and hopefully we can all together with everyone's collective strengths, we can reach that deeper state that we wish to achieve. Yeah.
Yes, yes, definitely. We will have this experience with you, and definitely we all are so excited to have this the state of the meditation and being in the thoughtless awareness and with the music, and we know that you will be able to help us tonight, Abhishek, and it's a pleasure to have you again. And so I will hand over to you, Abhishek, and whenever
Okay.
you are ready, we can start for the meditation.
Absolutely.
So much.
Jai Shri Mataji. At the very outset, I request the permission to be an instrument for this evening together from this divine power. That, oh divine power, please witness this and let your divine attention come upon all of us, each and every one of us. With this, let us, with absolute loving feelings in our hearts, let us fill ourselves with absolutely loving feelings to this sacred energy within us, known as Kundalini. Let us fill our hearts with that feeling of gratitude and absolute love. we raise this energy within us together, revering the power of desire within us, putting the first knot. Let us raise it the second time, revering the power of creation. And the third time, revering the power of evolution within us. And as we cover ourselves in the bandhan, let us request the attention of this all pervading power to come upon each and every one of us, to really bind us in her love, which is the power of compassion of the divine. And let this attention and this power of compassion bind us, and that is why it is the bandhan. As we open both our hands in our lap, let us realize that these hands are opening in front of this fantastic, majestic power, which is the only source of the nourishment that we can receive. And it is through this power that we are going to be elevated, nourished, and protected. With that in mind, let us offer a very simple prayer to this power. That, O divine power, please bless our attention, that it can become sublime, that it gains the ability to detach from the draws that are outside. As we surrender our effort to control our mind, our thoughts, as we surrender our attention at your disposal. without fighting or paying any attention to what you're feeling as such, any resistance or barriers or pressures. Let it just work out on its own. Let us together exercise this surrendering. With an alert attention, just watch how our Kundalini is bringing our attention to where it needs to go spontaneously. And all we do is just express this pure desire that we want to be one, in union, in unison. We can gently bring our right hand on our forehead and start massaging our forehead with our fingers and our thumb and work our way up towards our Sahasrara and press it nicely. And especially if you're feeling any areas of pressure, just simply massage it. Let's do it again. Let's get our hand on our forehead and work our way up towards our crown along the vertical axis, all the way back to the back of our head. All the chakras that are within us have their seats in our brain along this vertical axis in a three-dimensional plane. When we do this, we can see the soothing effect of our central channel silencing our left and the right imbalances automatically. We can bring our right hand back in our lap and allow your attention to just simply relax at the top of your head. As we just receive We can bring our right hand on the left hand side of our abdomen. O Mother Kundalini, it is my desire that you please purify my seeking. Let me seek what is good for me, what is benevolent for me, and become aware of the seeking which is not beneficial. Please correct any spiritual obstacles or problems that are beyond me, and let me feel the comfort and the satisfaction of my oneness with you. We can relax our right hand back. Let us maintain our state of deeper meditation as we listen to a praise to Sri Ganesha, who is the primordial deity, personification, and the idol of innocence. He is the support of life, as he is beyond matter, one who cannot be destroyed. Avadho, Avadhuta. He is the Siddha, the one who is the master, and the song calls for meditating upon him. It also calls for this power which is within us, which is compared as a river, rather three tributaries meeting at the point known as the Triveni in Sanskrit, where three rivers meet together, where I would like to take my bath. And this is only possible when this power brings our attention in that silence. It also depicts that this power flows from thy lotus feet, and that we are not able to transcend the mind without your blessings. and you are the primordial sound, the Omkara, the first sound, the word. So it is my privilege to offer this song. Siddha bhajo Omkar avadho avadho सिद्ध भजो सिद्ध भजो ओंकार अवधो अवधो सिद्ध भजो सिद्ध भजो काया मंजन सारजी हो काया मंजन सारजी हो काया मंजन सारजी सारजी सिद्ध भजो सिद्ध भजो ओंकार अवधो अवधो सिद्ध भजो सिद्ध भजो शिखर भीतर नाद बाज नाद बाजे नाद बाजे शिखर भीतर नाद बाज नाद बाजे नाद बाजे आत्मा दिन दिन बोली 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 आत्मा दिन दिन बोली 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 उठो रे हमसा उठो रे हमसा पियो रे पानी तेरे बेनी के घाट जी सिद्ध भजो सिद्ध भजो पंच जाने निरंकारा पंच जाने निरंकारा 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 चरण कौन चरण धारा चरण धारा एक द्वारा जो भजे सोमकारा मन गुण को एक द्वारा मन गुण को एक द्वारा जो भजे सोमकारा उठो रे हंसा उठो रे हंसा पियो रे पानी तेरे बेनी के घाट जी श्रीधर भजो श्रीधर भजो ओंकार अवधो श्रीधर भजो श्रीधर भजो. With both hands in front of our heart, let us for a moment just witness the change. How this praise affects the flow of these divine vibrations. Just soak it in. We can offer our thanks to this power within us, that it has given us this unique privilege to be able to disconnect ourselves from the dominations that are outside and, in real sense, make us free to feel the joy, to feel the bliss. We can slowly open our eyes as we conclude this segment of this meditation. I hope you had a deeper movement of your attention.
Yes, we did, Abhishek. It was so wonderful. Very nice meditation. It was hard for me to open my eyes. Beautiful. So you put us so much into thoughtless. And I love it when you see it, domination what which comes from the outside and bring your attention inside. That's such a beautiful affirmation. So it brings us actually us to into awareness that whatever it is going on from outside, and of course we feel pressure, we feel domination, but the main thing is the connection with ourself, which is the spirit. And you brought us today actually with this affirmation, with this awareness, but of course leading the meditation in such a way, and with the music, it was really so wonderful. Honestly, I mean, I had such a wonderful meditation. Let's say, let's ask for everyone, how did everyone feel during the meditation? We love to hear from everyone.
Very deep meditation, Abhishek. This is Sandeep Joshi. Very, your voice is so melodious, and you are playing tabla also. And I was amazed by the two talents you displayed, and it was, of course, very soothing meditation, but the talent was also there. And I felt very strong vibrations when you said put your two hands next to your heart. It really felt connection, so it was very meditative. Thank you again. Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji. And just to resonate to what you just said, I think what we have to really, what comes to my mind right now to say is what I'm saying, that when we take a prayer, when we do an affirmation, we have to wait for it to take an effect and verify and allow it to work. It so happens that sometimes we tend to, express because it's our mind projecting, and we tend to say things, but we don't take a pause to actually verify what it has done. So it really it has it is something that I am learning myself, that depending on your state, you may be a little bit uh, disturbed or imbalanced, but allowing it to work and verifying it, really that is something that has helped me a lot. So thank you so much for bringing that up.
Thank you.
Is there anyone that I see in the chat box? I would like to read for you, Abhishek. So Narine says, thank you. Hari says, blissful joy. Jai Shri Mataji, thank you. Sahaja says, thank you for beautiful meditation. Atesh says, very nice singing and playing tabla together. Jai Shri Mataji. So he's my son. Atesh is watching you too. So, and there is one more. Andre saying, very deep meditation. Wonderful. So nice to hear from everyone. It was wonderful meditation, and I would like to add one more thing. As Sandeep said, when we put both hands towards our heart, and I found myself like my smile became bigger. I don't know. In that moment, I felt such vibration, and the connection with myself, with the spirit. I think it gave me joy, and then I found myself, as I said, the smile was getting bigger and bigger. It was amazing, but it happens to me when someone reminds us to lead the meditation, to put yourself into heart and bring your hands towards the spirit and towards the Shri Mataji. And that moment, the connection gets more stronger and stronger. I don't know if everyone, I mean, of course, besides the sun, did everyone feel the same thing? That connection gets strong and stronger when you put your hands towards your heart, towards your spirit. Let's see some more message. Okay. Prana says, thanks. And Sharda says, thank you for the beautiful meditation. Okay. So thank you, everyone. And so, of course, this is a beautiful experience together collectively when we meditate and when we listen to music always. And but on the other side, we like to hear more. We like to hear actually from the guest yogi who is Abhishek today, and so how he brings this states to all of us. So let's go back 29 years before, like, because he started Sajik in 1993, and there must be so many additions. It means so many seeking towards the himself and towards the understanding this universal knowledge and how it brought him to in this state. Let's listen from him, and we can ask the question, the first question, always we do it, Abhishek. We always ask, how did you start Saj Yoga, and what brought you to the seeking towards the Saj Yoga?
It is very, it is almost like a blur how I got it. Although the seeking is very much clear cut as to how I seeked it again. So that is a very in short. But as I was, my father, he is a veterinary, professor, and he was doing his PhD in Karnal, Haryana. It's a part of India, North India. It is kind of more rural, and Srimataji used to conduct these public programs in the heart of the villages and away from the cities, as she would always really emphasize on that in those days. And I was really small. I don't remember any of this. And although my dad, he being a rational person, very scientific in his he was doing his doctoral and his master's, and then followed by his doctoral in veterinary sciences. And his roommate, he was an established Sahaja yogi who had this experience and found that divinity that he was able to get through Sahaja yoga. And it is through my dad and his experience when he witnessed Srimataji giving a public program. And after the public program, she would ask for everybody to come forward and get the experience, whoever didn't get. And out of there, one of the kids, they had an impairment, a speech impediment. And with just the lightening or enlightening of his kundalini, he was able to take the name of Allah. He was a Muslim boy, and he said the first word is Allah. And that really said something to my dad, which I'm assuming at this point, but I can assume right now, if I was in that place, that the divine doesn't, there is something special, because it is not a religious affiliation or anything. It is a Muslim boy who just came and out of her compassion awakened this power, and this boy started saying Allah. So that kind of really halted the rational mind, that what is the hidden motive, what is all that, what is, and all of that silenced right there and then. And he said, no, there is something special here, I need to pursue this. And that's how he pursued it. And then, by the way, we also started. And then for me, I really don't know when I started feeling it. It was, I would say, I took it for granted for the longest part. So much so that I had the opportunity to see Srimataji many times in her pujas, or, in the different seminars that were conducted, and, meeting people. Right now, this is the virtual platform, but meeting people with profound experiences gave us an insight as to, what, there's something more genuine, something more to get to. And that helped. Even as a kid, there were kids around who had great experiences, and you were motivated by that. But then fast forwarding towards a few years into adolescence, where there are pressures from the society that is around you, the peer pressure, the you don't value it, especially when you have not done anything to get these vibrations. You have not put in any kind of an effort. You have not even, you didn't want it. It just happened by the way. Your dad did it, and now, because of the compassion, I just happen to have it. So I didn't have a per se dire uh, drive that, oh, I want to experience what self-realization is. No, that's not how it happened for me. It just happened so that, there is a candle, and the candle was next to another candle, and it got enlightened. That was it. And I had this experience. What to do with it, how to value it, and then, more importantly, especially when you get to that age where you are in that competitive mode, you are forced to think at the mainstream level. You're forced to behave in that way. And you start, you in my particular case, I did not value what I had. And it so happened that there was a big gap between my 10th grade, probably throughout the college 4 years, that I did not have that drive to meditate and to seek or to even maintain this. So much so that when I came to the United States, I started noticing, and the problems of the three dimensions, as we call them, that you are struggling, you are in situations, calamities, and you are getting affected by it, you are getting involved, and your pursuits that are so called yours, that you are trying to work so hard towards, they are not reaping any benefits. So there's a lot of frustration, there's a lot of hopelessness that sets in. So you can see that a mind that is getting succumbed to the environmental pressures, and the reactions, which are actually also emotional, could be even insecurities that start developing in your mind. I don't have money, I have taken a loan to get my education done in this country, how is it going to work out? All these uncertainties are at the back of your mind, and you are using a primitive approach to living, right? In a way that you are succumbing to all these reactions, so much so that, and I was in Cleveland at that time, Cleveland, Ohio, very cold in the winters. The lake gets frozen, Lake Erie, if people are familiar. And I got frustrated really with what is going around, and I could go on and on about it, but you get the gist. That's where I was, facing the problems and getting succumbed to it. And I decided that, you know what, I have this gift for whatsoever. The lake itself probably had that effect on me, that it drawed me towards the banks of the frozen lake. And I'm like, I'm not going to solve these things the way we naturally tend to. I'm just going to let go. I am going to pursue this because it is through this that I may get a solution. And that meditation that I remember, in that frigid cold, I couldn't feel anything. My hands were all numb, my nose, everything was numb. But I felt the silence, and I could witness the silence of the lake that is frozen, the breeze, and it took me inside. It was definitely the reawakening of the seeking, that I want to get rid of this problem, and I want to be in that state where I am a little bit uh, happier, that I am satisfied, I am at a better state of uh, well being overall. And somehow that very deeply struck, that it is through this happening that I already had before. Now I don't. I cannot feel the vibrations. I'm not able to feel it right. Neither do I use them. Neither do I have that outlook. So you're in between, right? In a way. And that experience, as soon as that happened, that desire of seeking, it triggered something again. And all of a sudden, I was able to get in touch with people uh, who were doing this meditation. And things started working out. And just giving a basic, simple example, I was technically a student, is usually not very wealthy, using public transportation and having to think about how you're spending your money, right? So the nearest collectivity was in Pittsburgh. People who are actually practicing. At that time, there was no Zoom, there was no online medium where we could meet together and get this experience. So knowing and meeting somebody who's doing this, um, it so happened that just because of that desire, things started working out. I was able to get an on-campus job that was significantly sufficient to take care of my expenses. A note that I have been constantly hammering the applications and doing that before this. I've been constantly exhausting my efforts. And now I'm not doing anything. Something comes in my email that, hey, we have something. Somebody wants to step out. Would you like to take this job? Simple things like that. I don't want to bore everyone with this, but simple things like that. A bus service. I don't know if everybody's familiar with Mega Bus service. It started its debut in that town, offering $1 tickets, $5 tickets. So it was easier for me to commute between Cleveland and Pittsburgh. So look at the dimension at which things started changing just with our desire becoming that pure desire being realized. This cannot be forced. Even if you sit next to the greatest yogi, it cannot be forced until your pure desire has clicked. And that's what I learned from that. And when that clicked, things started falling in place all of a sudden. And then it was almost as if so that these illusions were placed in order for me to get there. And I still realize, still value the help from all the fellow practitioners at that time, with their love that they showed and helped me get to this knowledge. As you said, it is that persistence in a collective setting that you are able to correct yourself, you are able to face yourself. um, you are no longer alone. um, you get the strength to overcome your weaknesses, face your problems, and get an actual elevation in your spiritual self, which otherwise on your own you were not able to do. So that effect of collectivity was the thing that actually got me back, and that seeking that triggered back. So I think that is probably a lot of talking from my end.
Oh, no. It's so nice. It's a beautiful, beautiful tips, because I would like to say that, I mean, it's amazing that, of course, as a human being, we all have so many things in our life, in our mind, in different situation, different state. We are in different things. We are just trying to bring it or take it out from our mind, from our heart. But it's beautiful that you are seeing that, once we are struggling our life, and this, as you said at the very beginning, the domination from outside, all those struggle things, the mind and the, let's say, health, wealth, everything comes in our mind, everything comes as a pressure, right? But the beautiful thing you said, that it bring your attention inside, because you already got your self-realization as a self-realized soul who got their self-realization. And the desire, you say that the desire, when we have the desire and the state of this desire, it brings our attention inside the self, which is the spirit. And when we connect with our spirit by awakening of this kundalini, and it brings us into also the faith, right? Into surrender, first surrender, and also the faith. And when we have the surrender and the faith, and our mind, the fear, the condition, and the domination of the from the society, everything goes away. It pushes away by Kundalini as you experience it. I remember in the meeting, at the very first meeting, you were saying at the Erie Lake, and when you start to meditate, and when you were asking to this supreme power, the when you were asking the divine power and who is Shrati Shakti, and so you had this desire to find out, to get the solution, but at first I think you stopped to thinking, and you let it go. But of course, in the same time, the Kundalini, your Kundalini pushed away all the fear, and with your surrender state, and when the mind became thoughtless, and you got the bliss, as you said, at the very first meeting, and I remember you were such in state, and also another reminder for all of us, the being collective, actually collective meditation, it always really helps us to go out from all those pressure, all those fear, insecurity, and whatever we have in our mind, we are not able to get the solution. The collective, as we are right now, the collective meditation always really helps us to find the answer, and we always go into the same, we find the same solution, and we grow together. And because, let's say, as Abhishek said, one candle enlighten another candle. Can you imagine so many enlightened souls are we, who we are together, and we all enlighten each other. And today, Abhishek, with Abhishek's experience, and that really helps us to give this all those answers which we have in our mind. So, and it's beautiful, Abhishek. I mean, this is wonderful. And so you remind us all of things, the desire and the surrender, the faith and the collective meditation. These are the all actually helps everyone to understand ourselves and help for others, right?
Yes, absolutely. And uh, I really felt there were many instances where the priorities started changing all of a sudden, as to what is important and what you value more. As soon as I started valuing this more, the rest of it was taken care of. And that's the feeling. And I would really encourage whoever is facing this right now in this group to really have that leap of faith, that just try it, because I tried it. I struggled for many years and I tried it. Um, that if you do that, especially if you have that connection, it will never disappoint you. And the I think it is a good segue to the next song, if that is something that we can do. The song is a very old hymn, according to Shrimataji. It is from a Marathi hymn book, but more towards the Christian hymn book. But it is written by a very beautiful poet. It's a very beautiful poetry, um, which says that when you have, and how in the Christian tradition, that is what divine is called as the Lord, and that when you have the Lord, what is the fear anymore? Why should I have any fear? When I am completely lost in his experience, and he's the one who is maneuvering everything, why should I be afraid? uh, the song also goes ahead. I'm going to read a few things, that the world is grateful to him for his blessings, but he's not at all attached to these things. He's not even bothered about these so-called worldly blessings that we get. It's just a byproduct. And that's something that I understood from Sahaja, that what this line actually means is that all what we want for our sustenance, and it is just a byproduct. It happens on its own by the grace manifesting on our subtle system. And therefore he is the one who is absolutely detached from any of these blessings that he himself bestows. uh, it also comes to say that no matter whether you are not materially well off, whether you don't have any wealth, but you do have the real treasure of your wealth inside yourself. And when you belong to God, when you are with this divine power, why are you afraid? Adi, Vyadhi, Maranavarti. All these diseases, problems, they all can get dissolved by his compassion. And if that is the power of this compassion, why should I be afraid? There is no need for the fear. Uh, I don't want to have this fear. And so that's a beautiful song. We're going to offer this next.
So Abhishek, also can we remind for everyone to when you are singing, so to feel that this beautiful song, of course, with the meaning and also as a vibrations, so we can all put our both hands on our laps and bring our attention on the Sahasrara, right? So it would be helpful. Maybe you may explain to us how does it help when we are listening this divine song.
So, I would like to put some perspective of my understanding to it, that, some songs have music that resonate with the emission of vibrations, or the joy or the pleasing effect of the divine. See, when we feel these vibrations, it is that the divine is pleased, and we feel that more. It just starts dissolving us into it. Sometimes it is the lyrics, sometimes it is the emotion, sometimes it is a combination of all of the above. And it could be the power of the affirmation, or the bhakti bhav, as we call. So there are, in Indian classical music, there are different emotions to the song. It has different weight in the meter. All of that is very intricate. But ultimately, just like a machinery, like an electric bulb is intricate, we have to turn it on, and that's all we have to do. We have to really feel the joy. And that's why I would like to explain, that's why I explained the song itself, because the meaning is very powerful in the song. The melody is very simple. There is not much uh, aesthetics to it otherwise, but it is the song. And the song next that we are going to sing may also have the similar effect. So just a little bit, I wanted to say that, having that connection of the combinations of all these things in music has a profound effect on our chakras, on our energy centers. And some of these songs are devotional songs to the aspect of the divine on that particular chakra, and that can just cure it, because you have pleased the one who is ruling it. And that is what you do with the mantras. That is what you do with your affirmations. You are pleasing the aspect of the divine that is manifesting on that chakra. So it therefore is very powerful. And in this, it is the center heart, which is fearlessness of the goddess, that she is your mother. The Mother Earth is your mother. She's the one who's going to take care of you, is the one who's benevolent. And therefore, especially as Srimataji says, that at least the minimum is that it is insulting to a father that you don't trust his capability of providing for his children. And therefore, it is considered a sin against the father to have that insecurity in your heart. So people who are suffering from this can help feel better with this song and this prayer. Okay. Um, so we have to really shift our mindset sometimes deliberately, that no, this powerful father, this powerful aspect of the divine, that is the fatherhood, that is the divine fatherhood, is capable of taking care of us. And therefore, we shouldn't be afraid. We shouldn't have this fear. And here it goes. भय कायतया प्रभु जाचा रे, भय कायतया प्रभु जाचा रे, भय कायतरा प्रभु जाचा रे, भय कायतया प्रभु जाचा रे, भय कायतया प्रभु जाचा रे, भय कायतया प्रभु जाचा रे, सर्व विसरली प्रभुमय झाली, सर्व विसरली प्रभुमय झाली, पूर्ण जयाची वाछा रे, पूर्ण जयाची वाछा रे, भय कायतया प्रभु जाचा 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 रे, जगत विचरे उपकारास्तव, जगत विचरे उपकारास्तव, परिणच दो जगताचा रे, परिणच तो जगताचा रे, भय कायतया प्रभु जाचा 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 रे, इति निर्धन परत्र जाचा, इति निर्धन परत्र जाचा, सर्वधनाचा साचा रे, सर्वधनाचा साचा रे, भय कायतया प्रभु जाचा 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 रे, आधी व्याधी मरणावरती, आधी व्याधी मरणावरती, पायाशा पुरुषाचा रे, पायाशा पुरुषाचा रे, भय कायतया प्रभु जाचा 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 रे. So at this moment, we can put our right hand at our central heart, and we can
Abhishek, your voice, we can't hear your voice. Abhishek, we can't hear your voice.
I am being helped.
Now we can hear you. Sorry to interrupt, but we couldn't hear you when you said affirmation.
Okay, so let me begin again.
Please.
So we put our right hand on the heart and we take a deeper breath in. As we take our deep breath in, we're going to say that Mother is with me. So we take our deep breath and then we hold this breath saying, Mother is helping me. So we're going to take a pause with that held breath. And as we let out, we're going to see, I am with Mother. Okay, so we're going to do this a few times together. Mother is with me. Mother is helping me. And I am with Mother. This is the affirmation given by Shri Mataji for the central heart. And we can do this 12 times as per her saying, because of the 12 petals for the heart. Taking a deep breath. Mother is with me. Mother is helping me. As we hold our breath and let go of any of your worries, I am with Mother. Mother is with me. Mother is helping me. And I am with Mother. Mother is with me. Mother is helping me. And I am with Mother. Yes, Shri Mataji. Let us now again bring our hands in front of our heart and see what has shifted. If we feel lighter overall. I feel this makes us absolutely comfortable from whatever discomfort our mind, body, or emotions are facing. This is a very powerful affirmation that can make us really at peace. Yes, Shri Mataji.
Mataji. So wonderful, Abhishek. It's so wonderful. Yeah, when you are, when we all are belong to God, what is there to fear, right? And but also, in as you sang, of course, I know a little bit. This I don't know Marathi. This is Marathi song, right, Abhishek?
This is correct. Yes, it is a
Yes.
Marathi song.
And then we forgot all the fear in the divinity. This is I love this is like it is the affirmation always for me. And of course, as a human being, when we get struggle with this mind and with everything, so once with my experience when I meditate, if there is some, as you know, Abhishek said, this is for the heart, and if there is any insecurities there, if there is any fear, and it's a beautiful, beautiful affirmation. And when there is a God, and what is there to be fear? And we forgot everything, everything in divinity. And it is so wonderful. And please, always, if you have anything, as Abhishek said, And always remind yourself and bring your attention, bring your awareness into your spirit, and bring your hand on your heart. And it really helps a lot, because the spirit is the one which gives us the conscience, which gives the light in our conscious mind, and takes away, washes away everything in our mind from our heart. And thank you, Abhishek. It was so wonderful and it's beautiful. You have a wonderful voice, and it brings us really into great connection, and easily brings us into meditation so easily. And let's hear
Thank you.
from everyone. How did everyone feel during this beautiful, this beautiful song and the meditations?
Yeah, it was like putting, as Shania, you have taught us, like Ma Jagadamba. It felt like that security, and the song was exactly saying that. Why do you fear when the God is with you? So it is such a good correlation. I could see that right there. Thank you, Abhishek.
Mhm. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Sandeep.
It's so powerful, this song. Yeah. And sometimes it brings tears when you listen this song, right, Abhishek? I don't know when you
That is true, and that's why I wanted to emphasize that the words sometimes are powerful, as opposed to the melody. Sometimes in classical music, the music is powerful, the melody and the combination, the raga and how it, the aesthetics of it, how it moves, that stimulates the chakras and pleases the deity of the chakra. So in this song, it is the devotion, the faith, and actually the feeling of surrender that it invokes pleases the divine. And mother would really tell us, especially from the Indian subcontinent, actually generalized to the eastern hemisphere, that people after, especially after independence and the struggles and everything, they have started, and that was originally not part of culture, but people started becoming more materialistic and more insecure, that how am I going to survive. And it is, that's when this was, I remember very vividly that she would say that uh, there's a lot of sin against the father in the east, that you are not believing in his ability to care, protect or to provide, and that's why you will always have poverty, and you will always have problems of that, right? Those kinds. It's very, very powerful. Uh, and we have to overcome it by using these mediums, like these poems, these hymns, these powerful words that can help us overcome these deficiencies that we may have in our conditionings that we may have developed from our upbringing, surroundings.
Thank you. Very nice tips, Abhishek. Abhishek, there are some more um, messages for you. Let me read for you. Ishwar says, even a person in most desperate circumstances, hearing this song, feels hope and courage. The affirmations made me feel like a child holding mother's fingers and walking like a child along her. Wow, Ishwar, beautiful. We love to hear your voice also, Ishwar. This is wonderful expression. Beautiful. Leela says so much vibrations and so much love. Thank you, Abhishek, for sharing your wisdom and knowledge. Shai just says, thank you for sharing this beautiful and powerful affirmation with us, Abhishek. So wonderful. These are all for you, Abhishek. So beautiful. Thank
And,
you.
and I think, Shana, I think we should be able to find this affirmation that Sri Mataji has actually, it's in one of the tapes. I don't remember which talk it is,
Gundasan?
but uh, uh, yeah,
Yeah.
no, like it was a talk given by Sri Mataji, most likely in UK, United Kingdom, where she talks about insecurity, and she has used this very clearly, and she makes them do it
Mhm.
as she's talking about it. It might be a good, we can find it probably.
Yes, exactly. Since you were singing, I was looking at the Bajam book, and um, if it is okay for you, Abhishek, Shamataji explained this song in 1985, and it's beautiful. It's just very small. If it is okay, I would like to read it.
Absolutely, please.
Okay. So it starts, Srimataji comments on Baya Kayataya. This is the song name is Baya Kayataya. And she says that it is a very good song, which is something about the Sahajyogis. It means, the first one means that the one who has God as his own or her own, such a person, why should they have any fear at all? The one whose whole one is such a person, I'm sorry, the one whose whole Vani, it means thought, all that has become one with God. For such a person, why should there be any fear of any kind? The one who is in this world moving about for the betterment of others. For such a person, there is no more to have greater satisfaction. He may look at he may look to be a person who has no money, but he himself is the source of all the wealth, the one who is standing on top of the dead, whose feet are on top of the dead, are on top of all the hills, such a great personality. Why should you worry because God is your own? God belongs to you. It is a very powerful song. It is all sang by Sahajyogis. Long time back, it was sang by one great poet, and I think he is describing you people. Why should you have any fear? I don't have any fears, so it is not about me. He is telling you, why should you have any fear when you have God with you? God is your own. Why you should have any fear? Why should you have any worries? That means if you are surrendered, there is nothing to worry about. Everything works out. So Srimataji said, the talk about this song in Vienna, May 4th in 1985. So it is beautiful.
Thank you, thank you. It
Of
really
course,
puts
thank
a good
you. Thank you
perspective.
for you, Abhishek.
I have one more song today,
Please,
and unless you have anything else before we have to talk about, but we can move on if it's up to you.
we love to hear more from you.
Okay, I
Please.
think this will be it. But I would definitely like to point out, since we are talking about, actually, it looks like the theme seems to be the left side today, and overcoming the problems. And as in Bible, it is said, the wages of sin is fear, and Mother has explained that very well in one of her talks. And the deity, or the aspect of the divine that purifies the left channel, is Bhairava, or we can call it as Saint Michael in the Christian tradition, is the same personality. And also was told by Srimataji that it is in his incarnations are many, and one of them is in the form of Sri Kabir. And if we look at the work of Kabir, he is one of the greatest yogis born, with a very, very strong and expressive uh, personality, expressive work, that he challenged all that was wrong openly without any fear. And again, it comes to that point that a personality like that, who is so dynamic, has no fear. And but this is and his poetry is so creative that even small words have a beautiful effect. And when we listen to the songs of Kabir, it has a profound effect of purification on the left channel. And it is the fact that he was the incarnation of Bhairava, the angel, the archangel Michael, that is depicted as the angel on the left hand side and Gabriel on the right hand side. So these are the two angels running up and down the left and the right channels, and the left channel is Sri Bhairava. And therefore the song that I'm going to say, he actually I'm going to take my liberty in explaining the song. He says that once you have been given this nourishment, once you have been irrigated, the word he uses, sinch diya, like once you have been given the water of this knowledge, you have been given the nourishment of this knowledge, you now, what is your job? Your job is to become alert. Your job is to alert in front of what? In front of the Guru. So he places a very important role of the master, the Guru, that you have to be alert to what he says. And he says that if you don't, it can get frittered away. All that has been given to you so easily, you yourself, by not paying attention to it, it's going to spoil. He says that just like a beautiful crop of very green produce that has come out, and you have not harvested it yet, and you have not taken the alertness, you have not shown the care, all the birds will come and eat it away. That's the simile, and that's the poetry that is very beautiful, that has such a deep meaning to our yoga, our self-realization. He says that don't let this realization fritter away, because it would be just like that. You have now been given this beautiful crop, and now it will fritter away. He says that there are 900 rivers flowing in your gut. Gut is actually, if you look at the literal translation, a gut means many things. One is the earthen vessel, which is this body, which is the earthen vessel, and it is filled with 900 rivers. So it is an absurdity of reality, that how can an earthen vessel be filled with 900 rivers? He means that the nadi, the nervous system, there are so many nerves and so many channels, and they are the channels for this bliss, the chaitanya, the all-pervading power that flows. So you have this now flowing within you. Are you really going to be stupid and remain thirsty in the end? And that's what he's like, Murakha pyasa jata bhi kya? Are you really going to be that moronish that you're going to let it, you're going to remain thirsty? Be alert to the Guru, get it. He says that when there is this Nadi Sushumna within you, who is the source of joy. So Sushumna Nadi is actually your parasympathetic nervous system, which basically results in this beautiful feeling of relaxation, a beautiful feeling of lightness that comes to you physiologically on your being. That if that is there within you, why do you seek pleasure in carnal desires outside? Well, I mean, it is not what you would want to waste away this gift. Very open statement to the general public, right? He says, have you ever seen a stone that actually transforms a brass into gold? It is called a paras. Paras is the stone that is mythical stone, that when you touch that to brass, it makes it into gold. And have you ever seen that? Well, your realization is just like that. What were you before? You were a stone. You were just like brass. And now, with the awakening of this Kundalini, you are now gold. You have been made golden, or you have the potential that you can become and transform into gold, right? It is as such that keep your attention clear. Don't let it get engaged and attached. because it is the game of the attention. And Chopad is actually a game of Ludo. I don't know if people are familiar. It is a probably an ancient game of Ludo, and you could get trapped in several things because I don't know. It is a little complicated the way they used to play it. But he says that it is just like the game, that if you get engaged in your thoughts, engaged in your attention, you will miss this ability to transform from the brass into gold. So keep out, be aware of this attention of yours that can still go out and get engaged and get involved even though you have the realization. He says that Guru Gama Pasa Hath Liya, Jiti Baji Haro Bhi Kya. When you have the dice of the Guru, which is the knowledge and actually the hand, the blessing hand of the Guru on you, whether you lose in an external so-called appearance, how can you lose? You have already won the game. It's all a play. So he gives a perspective to people like you and me, that we compare success, failures, achievements, and failures, our aspirations not coming, not fulfilling, our will that is not manifesting. All of these things tend to irritate us. It irritates me. Very common. It is to remind that when you have the dice of the Guru in your hand, what is it? How can you really lose? You have already won the game. He says, Kahe Kabir suno bhai sado, karam bharam beech bhula bhi kya. So just imagine, in just these two lines, he has described the entirety of Sahaja Yoga, which is, why are you getting lost between karam, which is action, which is the right channel, and bharam, which is illusion, which is the left channel. So in between these two, why are you oscillating between the left and the right? Why are you getting lost into you associating yourself to an action and associating yourself and getting involved in the illusions? Karam bharam beech bhula bhi kya. Be in the center, get to the Sushumna. So that's a beautiful song. Hope you will enjoy it. When you are listening to this song, keep your attention open and see what it does to your left side, left channel. See what it feels. Actually, the mood of this song also is semi-class, I would say, folk music. So it is very lively. Okay, so we'll start. Everybody can close our eyes with our hands open, relaxed position in our lap as we listen to this song. Every song of Kabira starts with a doha, which is, all these are couplets. Doha is a couplet. And one of the couplet, he says, he glorifies the Guru. Ki Guru bin jnana nahi upuje. Without the Guru, knowledge cannot come into germination. Guru bin mite na dosh, that you are not able to overcome your defects. Guru bin mile na satya ko, you are not able to decipher the truth without the Guru. And you, Guru bina mile na moksha. Without the Guru, you cannot even get to any form of liberation. So, He Guru bin gyan nahi upje, Are Guru bin mite na dos, Guru bin mile na satya ko, aur Guru bin mile na do moksha. हे जी गगन मंडल के बीच में और वहाँ झलके है नूर, ए जिनुगरा कोई पाविया और पहुँचेगा कोई सूर. It is not for the people who are rich or the people who are so-called successful that are going to reach that shimmering dome of the divine. It is the courageous of heart who are able to face themselves that can reach the divine. जो तू आया गगन मंडल से शीश दिया फिर डरना भी क्या. जो तू आया रे हाँ हे गगन मंडल से शीश दिया फिर डरना भी क्या. हो जा होशियार सदा तू गुरा के मन सबित फिर डरना भी क्या. हो जा होशियार सदा तू गुरुआ के मन सबित फिर डरना भी क्या. जो तू आया गगन मंडल से शीश दिया फिर डरना भी क्या. हो जा होशियार सदा तू गुरुआ के मन सबित फिर डरना भी क्या. हो जा होशियार सदा तू गुरुआ के मन सबित फिर डरना भी क्या. उन्मुन्न खेती धनिया की खेती रात दिना नर सोता भी क्या. उन्मुन्न खेती रे हाँ ये धनिया दिसेती रात दिना नर सोता भी क्या. आवेगा पंछी चुग जाएगा खेती तन मन को फुसलाता भी क्या. आवेगा पंछी चुग जाएगा खेती तन मन को फुसलाता भी क्या. हो जा होशियार सदा तू गुरुआ के मन सबित फिर डरना भी क्या. हो जा होशियार सदा तू गुरुआ के मन सबित फिर डरना भी क्या. 900 नदियाँ बेघट भीतर 7 समंदर ऊंडा भी क्या. 900 नदियाँ रे हाँ तेरे बहगट भीतर 7 समंदर ऊंडा भी क्या. गुरुगम होत भया घट भीतर मूरख प्यासा जाता भी क्या. गुरुगम होत भया घट भीतर मूरख प्यासा जाता भी क्या. हो जा होशियार सदा तू गुरुआ के मन सबित फिर डरना भी क्या. हो जा होशियार सदा तू गुरुआ के मन सबित फिर डरना भी क्या. जो तेरे भीतर नाड़ी सुषमना गणिका के घर जाता भी क्या. जो तेरे भीतर रे हाँ ये नाड़ी सुषमना गणिका के घर जाता भी क्या. शीतल वृक्ष की छाया छोड़ के कंकर पत्थर पे सोता भी क्या. शीतल वृक्ष की छाया छोड़ के कंकर पत्थर पे सोता भी क्या. हो जा होशियार सदा तू गुरुआ के मन सबित फिर डरना भी क्या. हो जा होशियार सदा तू गुरुआ के मन सबित फिर डरना भी क्या. कांसा पीतल सोना ना होवे पल्ला लगेगा कोई पारस का. कांसा पीतल रे हाँ ये सोना ना होवे पल्ला लगेगा कोई पारस का. चित चौपड़ का खेल मंड्या है रंग पहचानो पांचों का. चित चौपड़ का खेल मंड्या है रंग पहचानो पांचों का. हो जा होशियार सदा तू गुरुआ के मन सबित फिर डरना भी क्या। हो जा होशियार सदा तू गुरुआ के मन सबित फिर डरना भी क्या। गुरगम पासा हाथ लिया है जीती बाजी हारो भी क्या। दुर्गम पासा रे हाँ तूने हाथ लिया है जीती बाजी हारो भी क्या। कहे कबीर सुनो भाई साधो करम भरम बिच भूला भी क्या। कहे कबीर सुनो भाई साधो करम भरम बिच भूला भी क्या। हो जा होशियार सदा तू गुरुआ के मन सबित फिर डरना भी क्या। हो जा होशियार सदा तू गुरुआ के मन सबित फिर डरना भी क्या। ओहो मन सबित फिर डरना भी क्या। हाँ हाँ मन सबित फिर डरना भी क्या। Jai Shri Mataji. Let us continue to absorb this grace, especially the rush of vibrations that emits due to solely the greatness of the author, the divine incarnation of this archangel and his work, same as William Blake, is the same divine personality. And we have to give credit. It is because of him that we are able to overcome our left side. So we can take a short mantra together to resonate and appease this aspect of the divine that purifies our left channel. Shri Bhairavnath. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Bhairavnath Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. We can conclude this meditation here. I hope you had the profound effect of this poetry. Music is just a medium. Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji. Thank you, Abhishek. We can listen you hours and hours with your music, with your knowledge. We are not able to leave. Do you see how? I know it is 2 o'clock over there. Look at you, how you are so fresh and
Yes, we are fresh. We are all fresh, and that is the grace of the Sushamna. As we say, the parasympathetic, it really has a physiological effect that that is the relaxation that we can feel, and it is very healing, very restorative, um, and therefore, whoever doesn't engage in this meditation should therefore definitely do that for this reason, at least.
yes, and you are such a big instrument over here tonight, Abhishek. I mean, it's so wonderful. It's a really great pleasure to have you. And it's such a, you have the reflection of this, the divine within you that we all are felt it. You are an amazing instrument that you brought so much vibrations and the joy into everyone's heart, and also you brought so much awareness into everyone's mind and attention with your knowledge, with your experience, Abhishek. And
And I just want to interrupt. It is not my knowledge. It is what Shrimataji has given to all of us. So I definitely have to say that for sure, because in my opinion, it is us together here is why we had this experience. I myself, I tried to meditate in the evening. I was not feeling this, what I'm feeling right now. So it is actually us as a collectivity together, and that collective strength is what gives us this experience. So just wanted to interrupt you in that. That's all.
yes, yes, and definitely. I mean, the knowledge of this, which is given to all of us, and you are the amazing, I would like to say, reflector for this knowledge, and that you already, this knowledge is already established. You, or I can tell, the divinity, what you have, that divinity is you are able to reflect it within to all of us. So we felt it, we all felt it as a joy, we all felt it as awareness, and also with the vibrations. So thank you so much. Thank you, Abhishek. I think I missed some of the messages for you from the previous. I apologize to you and to other yogis. So I would like to read. I don't think so. You will able to, see those messages. Shruvi says, Abhishek, your story about Pittsburgh was very similar to mine. I also studied there. The sound gave me so much courage. Thank you for sharing your story and all the informations. And the Ishvar says again, why should we have fear when the Jagadamba herself is our mother and is with us always in every moment of our lives? And this is, of course, according to that Bayakayataya song, I believe he said. And the Shailaja, will it be possible to find, access, purchase the songs on any platforms, YouTube or any other? Please share if possible.
So I will tell this. I mean, these songs are already being rendered by artists who are very famous. I just like these songs, so I'm singing them. I don't have any kind of yeah, recording or a platform per se. Uh, Besides, I do believe yeah, it can be for purchase, but then it would go to a noble cause. Eh, As a, at least at this point in my life, I'm not where this music is to be the instrument for this at this point, and to communicate, to convey this to everyone. But you can access these songs. I can share links with Shana, whatever, however I learned these songs from, and you can get from there.
I have answer for that. So Shaija, this program is already recording in YouTube channel. So I mean, of course, Abhishek till Abhishek finds, and you can again watch this program in the YouTube channel, and you may you may listen again from Abhishek, right, Abhishek?
I think I think they what they meant is they wanted something more digital, more refined, that they can put it in the car or listen to it,
Yeah.
or something like that. I guess there is a little bit of alteration in quality when we do it at Zoom, especially the musical quality. So I understand what he wants or she wants. I didn't
Yeah.
hear the name. But yeah, you can look at these songs on YouTube. They are in better production, better quality. But see, you can listen, and that would be a great experiment. Go ahead, listen to those songs and see your experience. What is it vibrations wise? Okay, I would like to see. And sometimes, depending on who is singing or who is the artist who has written the song, not the artist but the poet, it makes the big difference. So like the songs of Kabir, you will find that they are filled with this tremendous vibrations because of the personality who wrote these songs, irrespective of the artist, irrespective of the music. Even if you read it as a passage without any music, you may still find vibrations through it. So that's the beauty of expression. It transcends just the music or the quality or the delivery of the music itself. And therefore we all felt very nice today, I feel, irrespective of whatever limitations we had with the platform, with all of these things. So
Yes, thank you, Abhishek. And I think Anjali was raising her hand. Anjali, would you like to say?
Yeah, Jai Shri Mataji Bhaiya, very, very deep and blissful meditation, and also enjoyed the Kabir bhajan which you sang. And I have a quick question. Like, I do listen to a lot of Kabir bhajans, but it's hard to understand the meanings. The way you explain, is there a way where we can obtain um, or we can get the meanings of those Kabir bhajans?
So I will tell you this. The way it, and this is something a very beautiful experience so far to
Mm-hmm,
me, is that when you look at the literal translations, it
mm-hmm.
it loses, I would say, most of the subtlety of it. Because we are blessed with this experience, we can actually, it comes to you, you can
Yeah,
actually
exactly.
relate to you so
Yeah,
much. Yeah.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, so I try to understand, like, uh, after realization, like I listened to those dohas before realization, but after realization, it makes so much sense listening to whatever I can understand. But there are still like a lot of Kabir bhajans which are like very tough to understand, and I was just wondering, like, if there is a translation in Hindi or English where I can refer to and really understand the meanings, you know.
I will tell you the answer to this with what I know, right?
Uh-huh.
Whatever I understand of this. You have to, some of the poetry is very easy. Like it is
Yeah.
meant for the people at the level of no awareness or very little awareness of just morals, like ethical standards, right? This is the right thing to do, this is the wrong thing to do.
Yeah.
And there are certain things that are subtler, very subtle. Then there are certain things that are nirguni, which is
Mm-hmm.
experience. He is just putting down the experience, which in his meditation, in his
Yeah.
understanding of reality, in his awareness, what
Yeah,
is the
but he
reality?
felt, yeah,
So
yeah.
you cannot understand, you
Mm-hmm.
cannot put that in words. So just an example, that nada bindu ke piche jamaya pani. So Nada
Mm-hmm.
Bindu is Nad and Bindu is the chakras. Ke
Chakras,
piche
yeah.
jamaya pani. How can you explain that? He's probably telling about, and again, it's my guess, whatever guess, is that
Mm-hmm.
he's talking about creation. He's talking about how the primordial set stage of where the Brahma is coagulating to start life. So this is how you know this, because Srimachadi has given this understanding of how creation happened. Now you listen, now you look at what is Nada, what is Bindu, and you can come to an understanding and you can interpret it that way. But many of these things that he has written is cannot be interpreted because it is of very high experience based expression.
Yeah, yeah, that's what, couple of bhajans, it's like easier to understand. The other ones, like I try to understand and like I try to, experience it, but it's really hard. So
I would
hopefully
I
with
would
time,
rather
hopefully.
challenge you. I would rather challenge you that I'm sure with your persistent desire and your experience, you will get the meaning unfurled to you. So just enjoy the beauty, how it comes to you. I think that has been my journey with
Mhm.
Kabir songs, and I think it will be for you too.
Yeah, thank you, Baya. It was a pleasure, listening and like, uh, especially the meaning also before that, and it made so much sense. I try to understand my own way, but like having your, input to that, it made things much more clearer, for me. So thank you for
I'm
that.
very happy. I'm very happy.
Thank you, Baya.
Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji.
Thank you, Anju Didi. So in the next program, and we call Abhishek, he will check for everyone to Kabir songs, how much we could understand, how much we could went to that state, right, Abhishek?
I don't think I have signed up for that, but I will definitely. Yeah, it is a challenge for everyone to themselves. Uh, that I think it is a very joyful journey. That hey, okay, and to be honest, this is how I have learned these songs. Most of this language is primitive Hindi, primitive language, and some of it resembles the vernacular languages of North India, Bihar area. And now there can be interpretations to that, but for the most part, at a basic level, you will understand it. Now, to get to the subtlety of it, how does it relate to Sahaja Yoga? I would say most of them will. And that is the beauty of the songs of Blake and the songs of Kabir, because they are the same personality as Srimataji is described, is the same personality incarnated. When you listen to the songs of Blake, it is the same effect. It has a literal translation and it has a spiritual meaning, a subtlety behind it. How do you explain the satanic mills, that Blake described, or the men of prophets? What the men of prophets will I don't remember that, but you know you can literally explain in textbook, even an English professor can explain it, but trying to understand the subtle meaning behind it, you have to have your realization and you have to have the knowledge given by Srimataji. Otherwise, it's really, it does not do justice to their poetry.
Mhm, mhm. Yes, yes. To reaching to divinity doesn't come from the education. To reach
Absolutely.
divinity by reaching by experience of them with the meditation, right? So that is, I think, definitely with our desire through the meditation, through the connection with the spirit, connection with the oneness. I think maybe we all one day we will all reach in that state. So we love to hear more from you about Kabir and from all those saints and incarnations. So we always ask for every each yogi who joined the program and to come back to this program. So that is our request, and you already signed up for this program, second one, Abhishek.
Yes, okay.
automatically. This because this is the program that we always invite, and we already started the invite for the second time. Some of you, Sajuk is already invited again. So yeah, this is the process of this program. You are sign up automatically.
See, I really feel that, it is, I would like to give my feedback, Shanat, to you. This group, us meditating together, it was not boring. Like, look at the time. It has just stretched. And it's not an instruction of, doing this, that. It is so joyful. It's bubbling with joy. And I really liked that we were all able to feel that, and it got us all motivated and, excited, lively, full of life. And that is what it is, actually. When we suffer from left side, we are going towards dead. And when we are recovering from the left side, we move towards life. And that is so beautifully, we can see that when we are suffering from the left side, we think negative thoughts, we are influenced from all that. And when you then listen to Kabir, when you then listen to the things that can work on your left side to purify it, work on the elements that purify your left side, you become lively. You come back to the center, you become very lively. So uh, we can feel that energy. We feel this bubbliness, this joy, and I hope we can take this as a one of the avenues to overcome our problems on the left side.
Thank you. Yeah, we all wish that this collective meditations, any of the collective meditation really helps for us to come out from the left or come out from the right side, because we sometimes we get lost in with our emotions and with the past experience, or even the matter and the matter desires, and we get lost into it. And sometimes we get lost with our ego and superego and pride and or list of bunch of lines in our mind that we have to finish it, so we forget before we just get lost into those things. But this is always any collective meditation really reminds us to bring ourselves into self, which is the spirit, and that we all get into balance and enjoy with this of the state of the oneness and connection with the divine, and brings us the joy, absolute joy, and brings us absolute guidance. So Abhishek, this program has really helped a lot for everyone, I believe. And with your experience, with your tips and knowledge, again, you are the reflection of amazing instrument for this knowledge of the divine. And I really want to thank you so much again, Abhishek. Jai Shri Mataji.
Thank you for having me here. Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji, Abhishek. So I know we crossed the time again, but as you said, Abhishek, no one worried about the time. I know we are 2 hours together again, so we can listen you, but we don't want you to we don't want you to make the sleepless. I know 2:30 almost over there. So, but before that, before we say goodbye, is there anyone to say anything to Abhishek before we say goodbye to each other?
Such a joyful meditation today. And one question I had, but I will quickly ask. I know it's very late for you. You shared a lot of experience around your Pittsburgh slash Cleveland area, where you had some challenges and you had the desire to meditate. What would have it been if you did not have those negative experiences or hunger inside you to meditate? Do you think that makes a difference in your journey towards meditation? Just curious, what do you
It
think?
is a very, very brilliant question. So, why do we have illusions? Why do we have problems? It is because we are not wise. We are not sticking to wisdom. If we are sticking to wisdom, we won't have problems. We would be having a very uncomplicated script in life. If you look at our journey of our soul, we all ask for all these variables to evolve. And this is, even if you look at from an astrological standpoint, that is the journey of the soul. So that being said, if these problems were not there, probably I would have not valued my vibrations as usual, and probably got lost into the matter or the material accomplishment, or probably what a number of simulation. It's like a simulation, right? You put a simulation in place, you have these variables, and then let it run. But what a human desire has a free will, and a sparked desire is that to get to yoga. And that is what in this lifetime, if we hold on to, we can make our script very uncomplicated. So
Wow. Thank you so much. Wonderfully said. Thank you. Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji.
Okay, I think that's all. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much, Abhishek, again. Thanks a lot for your time, for your effort, for your beautiful voice, music, and all those tips. So you again, I want to remind you, whenever you can, please join to our program. And we love to have you. We love to listen more from you and meditate with you, Abhishek.
Likewise, it was really, I was actually not in a best state of energy before I started, and I feel very good right now. So I mean, it's very joyful.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
very nice and so nice to hear. Thank you again, and have a wonderful night.
You too,
And lots of love to
everyone.
you, and see you soon.
Yes.
Rishi
Okay.
Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji. Take care.
Rishi Mataji, Abhishek. Okay, my dears, it's already 11:30. I apologize, but I know we all enjoyed, we all learned so many beautiful knowledge. I can tell we learned so many tips through the knowledge. That is better. So thank you all. If you are not coming, if you are not joining this program, the collective meditation doesn't happen, and it doesn't, the joy what we feel, the vibration what we feel today, it doesn't work. And I really appreciate it for your time, for your effort that you are joining to this program. And thank you all so much. Wherever you all are, have a good night and have a wonderful day. And see you all next week in the same time and the same link, with the same link. Lots of love to you. Jai Shri Mataji. Bye, everyone.